Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be doing food reviews. Today we have Swedish meatballs from Lean Cuisine. So, as you can see, I already cut a little hole in there to vent, and it says to cook it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Alright, now we gotta stir. Looking pretty good so far.
Oh,
wow.
That doesn't look nice.
Alright, now we recover and put in for another 1.5 minutes.
We're gonna have to have low lighting.
Let's go. Welcome back. Let's go. Let's try a meatball. Alright, now let's try some all together, the way it was meant to be eaten. So, the sauce itself, it's kind of like when you have Thanksgiving gravy, but this one tastes like somebody used way too much of the gravy packet and not enough water. It's very thick, it's kind of powdery a little bit, but the meatballs are alright. You're not gonna pass those off as restaurant meatballs, but for like $3, I mean, can't really complain. The noodles, they're egg noodles. They're soft. You can tell that they're microwaved. They're really just sad. They're kind of sad noodles. Can't really say much else. I don't want to finish the rest of this though. But if somebody were to give it to me and it was free, I mean, I would say maybe. Now we have Skyline Chili Spaghetti. So now, even though the picture shows it with cheese, it does not come with cheese. So the instructions say to cut a hole to vent. So we're gonna put a nice little hole there. And it says to cook it for 7 minutes on high setting. 7 minutes is a long time, but I'll trust it. Alright, 7 minutes. Alright, now that it's done, I actually can't take it out yet. I'm gonna let it sit in the microwave for a minute as the instructions said, and then we'll eat it.
Don't worry, this is the end of the skateboard.
Now that our food is done, we have to take it out and avoid being extremely burned, like it says on the packaging. It said to handle with extreme care.
That looks horrible. Oh my god.
delicious. And now we stir and serve. You can see the spaghetti's kind of sticking together a little bit here, but overall smelling pretty good though. Weird combination, but I'm ready to try it. So now we're preparing to eat the spaghetti chili. Haven't had this before, but I like spaghetti and I like chili, so together they should be pretty alright. Let's take a bite. Wow. So, it's not bad. The pasta, however, is really, it has no texture. Again, sad pasta, but even more so than the last one. The chili. The chili is actually interesting. It has a little bit of spice to it. It's flavorful, but also at the same time it's the only flavor that I'm tasting. Which I would have liked a little bit of flavor from the pasta. Like, it would have been nice to have that pasta flavor in there, but it's really just mushy.
Really mushy meal. The packaging actually recommended some cheese, some onions, or some beans on it. And I can definitely see now after getting stuff out of the benefits of the meal. So I would finish this, but I do have other food to eat. Would I purchase this item again? You know, I might to try it with the other ingredients. I'm interested to see what the flavors would be like had I added the other things.
Alright, now we have Atkins chicken parmesan with pasta. And I have to say, out of all the meals, this one looks the least appetizing on the picture and in the meal. It looks like chicken nuggets, a small portion of pasta, and some frozen cheese. I can't say I'm excited for this one, but I am intrigued on how it will taste. So, I have to place a specifically 1-inch slit in the center of the film. This is the most specific we have gotten all day. Now, if you look at it, it definitely looks kind of like it's together. It looks like it's all one big thing that was just spat out from a machine into there, which to me, it's not very appetizing. So now we have to put it in the microwave on high for 3 minutes, and then we will remove it again and stir it and put it back in the microwave. Alright, we let it sit for a minute. Now it's time to eat. Alright, welcome back. Now I'm gonna take a bite of the chicken first, then a bite of the pasta, and I'm gonna take a bite of them together, and I'm gonna let you know my thoughts. So now, as you can see, it's not shaking anymore. So I think that that's a plus. Let's get right into it. Change of plans. The chicken is awful. It is the worst thing I've eaten today, by far. However, The pasta is the performer here. It is the star of this show. It has texture, and it is a lot better than the pasta that was in the chili. I think that most of the money for this meal went into the pasta because the sauce and the chicken are awful. I can't think of another word to describe it besides awful. They taste way too peppery. The sauce just tastes like watery tomatoes. That's the best way to describe it. And the chicken is all breading. There's no chicken in there. It is just like... You want to tell me that looks appetizing? No. Look, what is that? And the pasta is like... sticking to it. Not for me. No. Mm-mm. Don't buy this. Welcome back to the food review. Now we have some kimchi, and if you guys remember in the popular television series Chowder, there was a character named Kimchi, and they were portrayed as a fart. So today I'm going to be actually eating some, but before I do, I want to take a whiff to see why kimchi was portrayed as a fart. I've never smelled it before, and I've never had any contact with kimchi before, but here we go. It's a little bit rough. You know that smell when the fishermen get back from bringing in their fish and one of them is a little bit more dead than the others? This.
You want to give the camera a little look at that?
I can't eat that.
You have to one bite. One bite.
I can't eat that.
That might be your favorite thing.
If you're so concerned about the smell.
You want another bite, Jeremy? What's wrong? You want for another bite?
It smells worse than it tastes.
Yeah.
The taste is awful. But the smell is worse.
Oh my god.
That's enough kimchi for today.
Not for me.
Welcome back. So, I've eaten a few different foods today, and some have been pretty good, some have been not so nice. So I'm gonna rate them from best to worst. Let's go. So the best meal of today was the chili and spaghetti. So compared to the other meals, the chili spaghetti was pretty alright, but the reason it was pretty alright was because it wasn't awful. Number 2, I'll give to the Swedish meatballs. The Swedish meatballs and the egg noodles were alright. They definitely weren't great, but they were better than the other ones that I'm about to list. Number 3, what else did I eat? Number 3, definitely the chicken parm. It's done on this list for a reason. And it's because I really don't want to eat it again. But sometimes You gotta do what you gotta do.
Get a nice
The chicken was awful. The sauce was awful. The breading was just way too much. Like I said, the only shining star was kind of the noodles. Now the kimchi, I only took a small bite of that for a reason. It was definitely not that good. I did not enjoy it. It was not fun to eat, and I refuse to eat it again, no matter how close it is to my face. This has been Running on Empty Food Review. See you guys next week.